Hey guys, my presentation is about Manuel Obregon and the Papaya Orchestra. He is a pianist, composer, and producer and author of his time. He has created 20 different albums entertaining a variety of different music that we'll later get into. He's mainly concentrated his creative work beginning in the 1990s on Central American music and its relationship to the natural environment. In 2002, he managed to bring together 14 musicians from the Central American countries, creating the first union of the musicians known as the Papaya Orchestra. A year later, he expanded this group, the creation of the Papaya music label of Central America. It's basically a music label group and organization that is incorporated several different artists, inventors, technologists, artists to rescue and publicize Central American music that is lost throughout the world. The goals of this organization is to record, produce, and distribute this type of music. And what I found interesting was that it's not only something that's unknown throughout most of the world, but it's also just something that expresses a lot of things throughout the world. The orchestra is currently incorporating more than 30 artists and technicians and throughout international tours that they're going on. The Papaya Orchestra takes the name from the papaya fruit. Seen here, this is one of their first albums that they created. It's something that's really meant to a lot, or it's foundationally means a lot to all of the artists and people in the organization. But the group takes it from the papaya fruit, which grows wild throughout Central America and is considered a tasty treat among magpies, monkeys, toucans, lizards, iguanas, and all sorts of different birds, mammals, and insects, as well as us. We also enjoy the papaya. The music that the Papaya Orchestra creates is like traveling through a book, taking you on a journey throughout the indigenous civilizations established within the jungles and the highland plains. Their concerts are an intensive, joyful, and festive voyage throughout the region's several countries, recreating scenarios and ambiances throughout the transporting magic of music that they create. The musicians of the Papaya are a true reflection of the ethnic convergence within that area, made up of a lot of indigenous ancestor backgrounds. And so we have here a video of Manuel. He performs this live composition called the Conversación con Higueros. It was originally done in Madrid, Spain, back in September of 2009. It's from his single, or it's a single from his album called Symbiosis, which is my favorite album, and this is my favorite song from him. So we'll take a quick listen of that. that was a little bit, that wasn't the whole video of his performance. I highly encourage everyone to go listen because it's really good, very calming music. I listen to it whenever I'm studying and doing homework. A little bit more about the performance. As you can see, he definitely incorporates the music that he creates, reflecting the kind of natural sounds that are going on, such as the higher pitch keys reflect that of the birds that are going on in the background, overlaying with the music, as well as the intensive background display that he's got going on, just really to give you that voyage feeling and feeling like you're in the natural environment while that music's playing. This is Manuel. It's a better picture than the video. And then this is San Jose, Costa Rica, where he was born. And this is a little bit more background about him. He was born in San Jose in 1961 within a family of a lot of political background, educators, and historians. He began his piano studies back when he was 7 years old with his grandmother, Mercedes Leon. He then continued on at the Conservatory of the University of Costa Rica, and then later on, continuing his journey in his music, went to Barcelona, Spain, and then ended up at the Swiss Jazz School in Bern, Switzerland. His eagerness to experiment led him along many paths within theater, cinema, jazz, and dance, but jazz has been the basis of his musical ideas and inspiration to connect with nature and traditional musicians. He's achieved all of this throughout his academic training and tradition, along with the experimentations he's been doing. It's an evolution that can be traced back to the albums he's recorded as a soloist in different groups that he's performed with, like the Afro Cosmos, the Papaya Orchestra, the Malpise Group. There's several other ones he's been a part of, but that's just a few to name. And then this is something I found very interesting throughout my studying and researching him. He was able to transcribe a piano, or I really should say guitar composition to piano of the talented Paraguayan guitarist Agustin Barreros, which is this guy right here. And through that transcription, he was able to do a concert in 1997 at the National Theater of Costa Rica, and then also recorded those transcriptions in one of the best studios in the world in Germany. I can't say the name of it, sorry. The album was then presented in 2000 of May. And then a little bit more on Barrios, his background. To many, he was the greatest guitarist and composer of all time in Central America. It's curious that his music laid undiscovered and unappreciated for over 3 decades, even after his death. It wasn't until the mid-1970s that comprehensive editions of his music appeared, making it possible for guitarists and young musicians and this generation of educators to study, augment, and create different things, such as what Manuel has done with the transcriptions, complementing it more to traditional repertoire. And like I said, it's something that he was able to kind of bring the past into the light, Manuel, with this kind of music. Barrios bringing an overdue recognition for his forgotten Latin American guitarist that he is or was. His music is frequently performed at major concerts with artists and appreciated by many audiences worldwide now. And Obregon jumped on this bandwagon that everyone else is doing and created this music with the inspiration found from Barrios with those transcriptions. This is the Spanish part of my presentation. Estas son algunas preguntas que en mi investigación pude responder sobre Manuel. ¿Por qué decidió dedicarte a la música? La verdad es que fue una decisión basada en el observatorio, lo que más disfruté. Cuando estaba en la secundaria, era muy muy tímida y ni siquiera sabía cómo hablar con la chica que me gustaba. Sin duda, la arte es la música con un medio de comunicación. No es necesario hablar o decir muchas palabras, muchas veces con solo una nota, una frase, el sentimiento se comunica. ¿Cuándo comenzaste a componer? En España. Estaba en el conservatorio y la música que quiere tocar tiene que inventar una música que se sentiría más cerca de su corazón. En Zimbosa se trataba de escuchar a un pájaro cantando. Se inspiró en la canción de los pájaros. Con esto comenzó un diálogo con sonido y ritmo o el océano, las hojas, el viento y todo esto.